Fight Fiend Forecast. I'm Joseph, the host, back for UFC Vegas 106. We got 6 fizzled fights at the Apex. Now, we got 12 fights to break down. I got the correct bout order as of Monday, so let's get straight to it. But before we do, please join Discord. It's absolutely free. Next time I have to cash out on a bet, a lock of the week parlay, I will let everybody know for free. I should have done it because look at this. I really wanted to be a man of my word, and I was. I let it ride, knowing that the fight had big implications on the line. Jack Della Maddalena, Bilal Muhammad. There was a number of fighters waiting for a fight. Ilia Topuria, Islam Makhachev, potential matchup. Islam moving up to fight Jack Della Maddalena. If he won, he won. So that's looking like what is going to happen here at welterweight. Islam going for 2 belts, double champ status. I think he gets it done here. Smokes JDM. As for the Bilal lock of the week, I know, I would be the first one to tell you it was a bad lock of the week. I had 3 good locks of the week, though. Navajo Sterling, Jasmine Jasudavicius, and Mike Malott. They all got it done in dominant fashion. Montreal was pretty good. 9 for 12 on the picks. Looking to keep the momentum moving forward here at the Apex. However, I only have 4 favorites, 7 underdogs, and there is a coin flip fight on this event. So yeah, that's right. 7 underdogs. Lots of opportunity to make some money. Potentially a card that is going to be very tricky to predict for many people. A lot of people easily taking a favorite as odds are juiced and just don't seem right in my opinion. Maybe the bookies are right. Maybe some of these fighters are 5-1, 4-1 favorites. But I disagree with quite a bit of the public. I disagree with quite a bit of these odds. And I might do terrible. So let's get straight to it. First fight of the night. We're going to make the picks quick. I'll give you the pick. No reason to break it down, talk about it too long, because we could sit here and talk all day. First fight is pretty simple, though. I'm taking the favorite, Tecia Pennington, 14-7 versus Luana Pinheiro, 11-4. Pinheiro lost 3 fights in a row. She's looking for a 4th. She is looking for a 4th loss in a row in the UFC. She's probably getting cut. She didn't beat Jillian Robertson by a decision. Submitted to Angela Hill. Knocked out to Amanda Ribas. You look at the side of Tecia Pennington. She lost to Tabitha Ritchie, split decision 11 months ago. Split decision to Mackenzie Dern. She beat Angela Hill. Unanimous decision. Knocked out Sam Hughes way back in the day. Over 4 years ago now. Most recently, 7 months ago, beat the former champion, the Cookie Monster, Carla Esparza. You can't go against Tecia Pennington as a 4-1 favorite. You just can't. I won't. So she is the pick. Likely wins this fight by a decision. First fight of the night, women's fight. Probably going the distance. Pinheiro will be fighting for her contract. A chance to get another fight in the UFC, but I don't think she's going to get this one done. She's going to come up short. Maybe she probably just gets dominated. Unanimous decision. Tecia Pennington. She's just a better fighter. More experienced. Looked better in her losses. She gets this one done. Unanimous decision or split decision. At least. The next fight is an undefeated fighter. 9-0 HyunSung Park from South Korea. And these undefeated fighters have not been good. They just have not been good. And HyunSung Park was born in a pig year. And it's a snake year. So he's in his enemy year. He's undefeated. And he just beat Shannon Ross. There's no way I'm picking him to win as a favorite. Give me Carlos Hernandez to improve to 11-4 at UFC on ESPN Plus 114. I checked it on Wikipedia. Carlos Hernandez is winning this fight. He's been a dog fighting these undefeated fighters before, and he's looked good. Yeah, he got finished before, but he looked good in those fights. He's fought like a dog, and he's coming off a split decision win versus a dangerous fighter on the feet. HyunSung Park, he looks good. He's a favorite, but he beat Shannon Ross. 13-8 Shannon Ross, and he didn't beat him in round 1. Took him to round 2. Knocked out Sunguk Choi, 6-1 in round 3. He fought on the road to the UFC, 8-3 guy, 6-2 guy. He fought 2 guys debuting. He's fought pretty low caliber fighters. Has never been tested. Hernandez is going to test him in this fight 100%. So I'm pretty high confidence in Hernandez as an underdog pick to get this win. You look at him versus Tatsuro Taira, Ray Tsura. He did get knocked out to Tatsuro Taira, but he looked good against Ray Tsura. Unanimous decision loss. He did not get finished. Split decision win in his last fight. He beat a guy, Victor Altamirano, 10-1 at the time, split decision. Daniel Perez, 12-4 at the time, split decision win. He has the ability to win this fight by a decision. He fights like a dog. And these undefeated fighters cannot be trusted. Give me Carlos Hernandez, high confidence, as a dog pick. The first of many, because Elise Reed is $5 versus Denise Gomes. Denise Gomes is 10-3, Elise Reed 8-4. Kind of makes sense, But Denise Gomes is hard to trust. She's throwing looping shots. And Elise Reed could be defensively sound enough to make Denise Gomes miss, being accurate. And Elise Reed can mix in the wrestling. It's an MMA fight. Anything can happen. It's a women's fight, 5-1 underdog. We have seen this happen before. Many times before. I don't think Elise Reed is getting the finish. The finishing upside leans Denise Gomes. But I can't take this big favorite. I'm a gambler at heart. And you're giving me 5-1 on a women's underdog here in a fight that potentially could be razor thin, go to a decision. Elise Reed is 6-0 to a decision. I'll risk it for the biscuit. Give me the dog at plus 400. Denise Gomes is tough and powerful. Elise Reed could get knocked out. But I'm going to hope. I'm going to pray she shows up, puts on her best performance, and gets this win. It's going to be a tough task because Denise Gomes hits so hard. And Elise Reed, I think she's been finished before in those 4 losses. Knocked out twice, submitted twice, finished every time. 6-0 by a decision, though. As long as she doesn't get knocked out, submitted in the last 2 losses she had. Lupito Godinez, submission loss round 2. Luma Lukbunmi, submission loss round 2. Sam Hughes, round 3, knocked her out. Sam Hughes was 6-4 at the time. Obviously, Denise Gomes is live in this fight. She's a huge favorite. If you're playing her, juice it up by knockout. Because if this fight goes the distance, I do expect it to be a little bit sketchy, slimy, and you'd probably rather have the plus money ticket, women's underdog, by a decision as a bet, as your pick, if this is going to be close and slimy after 15. We'll see what happens. This next fight, close fight. Luana Santos 8-2 versus Tainara Lisboa 7-2. It's a coin flip fight. I don't want to talk about it too long. Just talked about Elise Reed and Denise Gomes too long. Now in this one, give me Luana Santos, former lock of the week, has the finishing upside in this fight. She is a dangerous fighter. Unanimous decision win to Stephanie Egger as well. And you look at the Kessa Gadama leg Americana. She has 2 of those. Never heard of that submission before. She has 2 of them. Just a better all-around fighter, game plan, and she should win this fight as a slight favorite. Lisboa looked good in her last fight. I don't give A win over Ravena Oliveira, much credit though. 7-1-1. Regional scene girl. A loss to Casey O'Neill. Not a bad loss. Casey O'Neill is a good step up in competition. She was unable to pass the test. Looking to get back into the win column over Lisboa. I think she can do it. Give me Luana Santos as a slight favorite. And I do expect this fight to go 15 minutes. Lisboa, in her losses, she has 2 of them. She's been submitted once. So I could see the submission unfolding, but it was in 2016 to Norma Dumont. She was debuting off 2 decision losses to Valentina Shevchenko. 2010, she fought Valentina Shevchenko. 2016, fought Norma Dumont. Lost in round 1. But she should be strong enough to go 15 minutes and lose the fight to Luana Santos. And next up on the prelims, we got Connor Mathews, 7-3 versus Yadier de Valle. De Valle, 8-0, undefeated. Undefeated, I don't know, man. He has fought some terrible, terrible fighters. And he looked all right on Dana White's Contender Series. Good enough to get a contract. Unanimous decision win. I don't see the finishing upside. I know Connor Mathews can be finished. He just got finished. Twice. But I think he's live as a dog, Connor Mathews, in this fight. De Valle beat a guy by a submission 11-10 less than a year ago. 2 years ago, knocked out a guy 2-1. These are just in his last 5 fights. Level of competition is so bad. He does have a win over Mike Laswell by a decision. A Dana White's Contender Series win by a decision. A Fury FC win to a 4-1 opponent by a decision. But I don't see him winning this fight as a -400 favorite. There's no finishing upside for the Cuban problem. This would be the fight he can get the finish in, obviously, though. Connor Mathews off 2 losses, both by knockout. One to Dennis Bazukja. Jesus. That was a year ago. He came back, got knocked out 2 months ago to Jose Delgado. Delgado, I understand the loss, but Dennis Bazukja, Mathews probably should have lasted to a decision at least, or won the fight. He's off 2 losses, hungry for a win here. Undefeated fighter. They're hard to trust. They have not been winning this year. I would not put your money on them. One that's -400, that has no finishing upside. Fought guys that are 4-1, 2-1, 11-10. Just in his last 5 fights, I would not pick him to win. Give me the dog here. I have to do it. He beat a guy 10-0 on Dana White's Contender Series. His second time on Dana White's Contender Series. But he looked good on Dana White's Contender Series. A tough debut. A tough second fight in the UFC. At plus 300 and above, I do think this dog has a chance. I'll pick him to win. Low confidence or not, he can grind this out. And he is training at the New England Cartel, which people like to discredit. But it might be the better spot to train rather than where the Cuban problem is training. It looks like he's training at Gracie Barra Houston, Main Street Boxing, and Muay Thai. I think the New England Cartel will have Connor Mathews, the controller, ready to go in this fight as an underdog. Don't count him out. These undefeated fighters are seriously not worth putting your money on. They're not worth it. Especially a guy in his debut. -400. You heard the guys. He fought over his last 5. It's not worth it. If you think it's worth it, it's probably not worth it. He probably wins by KO, though. It'll happen. Just because I'm taking so many underdogs, risking it for the biscuit, putting my balls on the chopping block. And nobody else that you listen to will be willing to do that. They're all taking the favorite. I'm going to be honest. Call a spade, tell you how I see these fights going down. The next one is a 50-50 fight. You can see this fight going either way. So can I. We got Jared Gordon, 20-7, fighting Thiago Moises, 19-8. You could flip a coin, but I do like the side of Thiago Moises in this fight. He has the better competition over the last 10 fights. Remember the fight with Islam Makhachev. He went to round 4, and he looked pretty good in that fight. Over the last 5 fights, starting to be more inactive, but he came back, had 2 fights in 2024, got a win by leg kicks, late round 3, beat down Mitch Ramirez in a debut fight, and then he lost to Ludovic Klein, came back, got a close win to Trey Ogden in his last fight. So he's hard to trust, win-loss, win-loss, but he has fought really high-level guys. A loss to Joel Alvarez, 2021. He lost to Benoit Saint-Denis, 2023, got knocked out round 2. Lost a unanimous decision to Demirez Magulov, 2019. And Benil Dariush, 2018, lost a decision there. So he has fought the best of the best. And he's had 3 wins by finish, other than that Trey Ogden fight. He finished Costa. He's on this card, submitted him. And Christos Giagos got submitted round 1. Moises has the finishing upside, in my opinion, in this fight. He's going to be the pick. But it's a low confidence pick because Jared Gordon, being 6 years older, still has game. He looked really good to Paddy Pimblett. Nasrat Hakparas on the wrong side of the decision there. It was a split decision. He probably deserved the win. Didn't go his way. In this fight, expect him to fight hard, potentially to get the win. It's a close fight. Thiago Moises is not a guy you want to trust in a lock, parlay, a heavy bet. So stay away from this bet on Thiago Moises. It is just a pick, and you don't have to parlay each and every pick I give you. And you don't have to bet on every fight. You don't have to bet on every fight. You just don't. At the end of the day, it kind of ruins it. The enjoyment of the fights, if you have money on each and every fight, bet on the fights that you're confident in, fights that you feel like you have an edge on. I don't feel like I have an advantage at these odds. 50-50 fight, I could only agree with the odds there. We have no pitcher for Matheus Camilo, 9-2 versus Gabe Green. Gabe Green, 11-5, hasn't fought in 2 years, off a knockout loss. Seems like he's getting handed to the Wolves here. First fight on the main card versus a debut fighter with finishing upside, knockout power, is going to come out of the gate in the debut swinging, looking for the kill, looking for a bonus, make a name, make an impact. Yeah, I got to go with this favorite to get the finish over Gabe Green. Gabe Green, in this fight, his only path to victory out of those 11 wins is looking like a submission. He has 6 submission wins, 4 submissions round 1. Other than that, he does not have the power to knock this man out. He's going to get clobbered by the Brazilian on the last fight on the prelims now, it seems. This is not a main card opener fight. So scratch that. This is a prelim headliner. Now we're going to talk about the main card opener. Julian Erosa, Costa, 23-7, super active is Costa, off a nice win to Christian Rodriguez. But Julian Erosa submitted that guy round 1. And Erosa's a dog. Literally, figuratively. I'm picking him to win. Knockout over Darren Elkins. He did what he was supposed to do in that fight. He had a nice flying knee knockout not too long ago. Sometimes you forget. Ricardo Ramos, he got submitted too. I mean, Erosa is dangerous. Costa is super active. He fought a month ago, 2 months ago, 10 months ago. Erosa fought 4 weeks ago, 9 months ago, 1 year ago. Erosa taking a quick turnaround. Never took any damage to Darren Elkins, the damage. Easy win there. Melk never really took much damage to Christian Rodriguez, from what I remember. But that's a quick turnaround after just a unanimous decision win. He has to cut weight again. He fought a month before that to Andre Fili. No damage in that fight. Guillotine win. So I do believe Melk is a dangerous fighter. But to be a favorite, I don't know. He went to a decision with C-Rod. C-Rod got submitted to Erosa. Juicy J here. Juicy J as an underdog. 4-inch reach advantage. Taller fighter. More experience. Is Fight Fiend's pick. He's a good underdog this week. Mel Costa will have some money from a lot of the public and sharp bettors. But he got knocked out to Steve Garcia. And he's been finished 4 times. Thiago Moises choked him out round 2. We just talked about that. Unanimous decision loss 2022 at the LFA. And yeah, I don't know. He could be the guy to break into the top 25, top 15 at featherweight. But I'm going to side with the guy that made me money in the past. Juicy J. Erosa. Round 1 guillotine to C-Rod. Round 1 guillotine to Ricardo Ramos. He's dangerous. Mel Costa might not respect the submission threat of Julian Erosa, and he could get himself caught in this fight. Even a knockout for Julian Erosa is live. The flying knee, the knees and elbows, he can get it done, and I do expect him to get it done as a dog. So let's go Julian Erosa over Mel Costa. A lot of you probably disagree. That's fine. If you're taking Mel Costa, you gotta play him by KO. Julian Erosa has 7 knockout losses. He got knocked out in his last 4 losses. I feel like that's the only way to go if you're taking this favorite. Now, the next favorite, you take him by knockout as well. But Dustin Stoltzfus just had a knockout to Marc-Andre Barriault. He's 16-6, fighting a guy now 35-9-2. Will he get it done like he did in his last performance? I hope fucking not. I think Nursulton Ruziboev is really good. No big reach advantage in this fight, but 5 inches taller, finishing upside, a ton of experience, and just as a more raw, dangerous fighter in this fight. More power, more precision, and Stoltzfus stood there and just banged it out with Barriault. Luckily landed the better shot. He will not land the better shot if he's going to do that with Nursulton Ruziboev. Ruziboev will end his night. If it goes to the ground, the grappling in this fight actually minimizes each other out. I think Stoltzfus, Ruziboev have a similar game on the ground. I don't see either of them taking advantage of the other in the grappling department. It should minimize. On the feet, Ruziboev gets it done here. Knockout round 1 or 2 is the play for me. If you guys see it going different, that's completely fine. Stoltzfus is a guy that likes to upset people's picks. He's the type of guy that people can't predict correctly. I'm on the same side of it. This guy is just someone you can't trust. He's an underdog in this fight. Let's cross our fingers and hope these bookies are right. Onto something. Not even onto something. They just know Ruziboev should get it done in this fight. But seriously, cross your fingers because Ruziboev is looking like a potential lock of the week. I'm fading Dustin Stoltzfus. He's a goof. The next fight, another potential lock of the week. 50-50 fight. This guy was a bigger underdog. The odds are coming down, so you have to get after it right away. Sodiq, Yusuff versus Mairon Santos. 16-1. Mairon Santos is a slight favorite. Expect him to be the underdog by Saturday. Split decision win 2 months ago to Francis Marshall. Did not impress me. He probably deserved a loss in that fight. Not gonna lie, he did not look good. He got tested. He got taken down, controlled, and Sodiq Yusuff could mix that into his game plan to get the win in this fight. He will have the more power on the feet over Mairon Santos as well. So I like the striking and grappling from Sodiq Yusuff. He was just in a main event spot over Edson Barboza. In that Edson Barboza fight, nearly had to finish round 1 or 2 by knockout. So you see the finishing upside in that Edson Barboza fight. A guy like Mairon Santos might not be able to survive a strike and a shot like that. So I'm taking Sodiq Yusuff as a plus 110 underdog currently. So get after it if you still see the plus money on Sodiq. I think I'm locking him in as the dog of the week. Off 2 losses, no big deal. He just fought a guy fighting for a belt, Diego Lopez, and that Edson Barboza main event 5-round unanimous decision. Sodiq Yusuff should be a favorite in this fight. The odds are disrespectful. He had a loss to Arnold Allen. He's just fought the way better competition. He had a win to Alex Caceres, a guy that is very tricky to deal with. Very tall fighter. Huge reach advantage. Sodiq Yusuff still got it done. So, these odds are crazy. And they just get crazier. Maybe I'm crazy, because I'm taking Paul Craig. 17, 9-1. No striking whatsoever. 8 years older. But I'm going to take him to win. He's lost 3 in a row. Making the move back to 205. To fight a big old Bellato. Bellato had a draw to Jimmy Crute. Round 1, he got taken down. Maybe he was going for a takedown. Ended up on bottom versus Jimmy Crute. Crute was going for a submission, unsuccessful. But if you have a guy like Paul Craig on top or on bottom, on the ground, it's game over. And the fact that Bellato was able to manage to let that fight go to the ground, him end up on bottom, let Crute get all that control time round 1, it leads me to believe Paul Craig is live for a submission win. He has no striking to rely on. We would hope it's going to get better, but at 37, it's probably not going to get better. Bellato will hit harder. He will be more aggressive, looking for those shots, the fight-ending shots. So I wouldn't put big money on this pick, but at plus 370, 5-1, 4-1, Paul Craig is worth $1 or $2. And Bellato, you better be careful because he could be a fraud. 12-2-1. I don't believe in this guy. 2 knockout losses to Vitor Petrino. He has a win to Ior Potieria. Murtaza Tala on Dana White's Contender Series. This is his 3rd fight in the UFC. What are we doing here? Paul Craig is 9-9 in the UFC. 1 draw. He's fighting his 20th fight. Bellato's fighting his 3rd. Based on experience, the submission threat, I'm taking Paul Craig. If it doesn't hit, don't get mad at me in the comments. I'm giving you a plus money play, which is way more profitable at the end of the day than a minus 400 favorite. Because you're going to have to play him by KO. And the KO on Bellato might not even be plus money. You better hope it is. And you better hope he looks damn good and shuts down Paul Craig early and does not let this fight go to the ground. Paul Craig is so dangerous on the ground. If you don't know, now you know. I'm taking Paul Craig. And I'm taking Gilbert Burns. $5. $6 versus Michael Morales. 17-0 undefeated. I respect Michael Morales. I'm a huge fan of Michael Morales. I think he is a clean, crisp striker and a dominant force to be reckoned with. I don't know who's going to beat him. But I do know Gilbert Burns has been my pick the last number of fights, his last 3 losses. But I'm going back to the old Burns bet. At 6-1, it's going to pay better than ever now. He needs a win more than ever now. I can't see him losing 4 in a row. Maybe you can. He is 38, a lot older in this fight. You got the welterweight division making moves. The younger fighters making a name for themselves. The changing of the guard is among us. We're seeing it. Morales is the next guy to take out an old 38-year-old in this welterweight division. I know. The bookies know that too. But Gilbert Burns has fight left in him. He looks sharp. He lacks an 8-inch reach advantage in this fight as well. But he has the heart, determination to push forward and go toe-to-toe like he did with Khamzat Chimaev. He landed upwards of 100-plus strikes. Almost outstriked Khamzat in that fight. He didn't get any takedowns in that fight. But he took down and mopped the floor with Jorge Masvidal. The striking wasn't the best, but he took him down, mopped the floor with him. And he did the same thing with Jack Della Maddalena before he got knocked out. Took the guy down 7 times out of 11 attempts, mopped the floor with Jack Della Maddalena, over 5 minutes control time, which is an entire round. He was beating Jack Della Maddalena 2-0, and then he got knocked out. He lost to Bilal, broke his hand, injury in that fight, short notice fight after the Jorge fight, and he's due for a win now. Lost 3 in a row. $6. They're going to give me $6 on a guy I've been betting the last 3 fights. Yeah, he lost me money the last 3, but I still like Gilbert Burns. I like his style. I seen him go toe-to-toe with Khamzat Chimaev. I think he can test Michael Morales. People forget, man, Michael Morales went to a unanimous decision, 29-28 across the board with Max Griffin less than 2 years ago. He nearly lost that fight. He got taken down less than 3 years ago to Adam Fugas. What the fuck? Minus 600? What the Unanimous decision win to Jake Matthews. That was his second last fight. He's coming off a win. Couple seconds, couple minutes to Neil Magny, round 1. No ring time, not tested. I don't know. Minus 600 is crazy. That fight with Max Griffin was 29-28 across the board. That was the closest fight Michael Morales has ever been in. This fight might be razor close. Gilbert might get knocked out. I'm going to believe in myself. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit because no other capper will. They're going to give you all favorites. You know they will. They do every week. Most of them. Just take the favorite. And that's the easier thing to do. Just take all favorites. Don't listen to me. Just take all the favorites. See what happens. But this week, I'm taking 7 underdogs, risking it for the biscuit. Dog of the week opportunity? I don't know. We got 7 of them. Join Discord. I'll let you know who it is. Join Patreon. It's $5 a month. I'll let you know who the locks are, who I got cooking up for the lock of the week parlay. We're getting back into the win column in Dana White's backyard. Let's get it, Fight Fiends. Make sure, before you go, comment your lock parlay right now with hashtag F3, plus 100 odds or above. Comment section below. Lock parlay. Let's go. $100 giveaway last week. Frank Bush.
Frank motherfucking Bush.
Got it done. Look at the parlay he gave out. One of a kind parlay here. He got her done. He's giving me the $100 for the Fight Fiend beverage fund. So thank you, Frank Bush. Appreciate that. Everybody, appreciate this parlay from Frank Bush. A serious, one-of-a-kind parlay. That's how you do it. Bryn Ray, she won 3 in a row. She's coming back looking for a 4th win. And the MMA Husky Hustler, shout out to him. He won, but not the greatest odds. He almost got 2 wins for the $100 giveaway. And we did a live show together as well. The MMA Husky Hustler. Check him out on YouTube. We're going to do another Prop Fiend show this week, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So stay forecasted. Join the live stream Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Prop Fiends are going live. Me and the Aussie, yes, the Canadian and the Aussie, MMA Husky Hustler, ex-Fight Fiends for the Prop Fiend show, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Be there, be square, let's be sharp. Take advantage of these bookies this week and beat them up. Let's team up and get it done. I should have cashed out. Next time, I will let you know if I cash out in Discord for free. Patreon members, Platinum Forecasters will get notified because I should have cashed out. I definitely should have cashed out. Next time I have that feeling, next time I know so much is on the line, this, that, and the other, I'm cashing out and I'm letting people know. So I'm sorry to the people listening. Last week with the Bilal Muhammad bet, that didn't cash out. I had a number of people that did cash out. I left it because I know a lot of people listening to my YouTube videos would not have the opportunity to know if I was cashing out or not. So I let it ride. It happens. It happens, man. We'll get it back. We'll make it back. This event, we got 7 dogs barking.